Today I'm going to be breaking down a song called Devils Never Cry from the Devil May Cry original soundtrack. You wanted it, you having it. Boom! An organ intro. I feel like I'm entering a chapel. But since I'm the devil, I won't be absolving any sins. I've always liked the organ. Fantastic instrument. It's just the quality of the sound of the instrument. It's really grasped me for some reason. I have a very tame passage in it. What? What? It turned into an industrial song. Oh! That's crazy. I can't believe this. Straight on industrial metal song. The drum patterns are so good. Let me raise the volume. I will look for the... That was cool. I will look for the lyrics later. The drum pattern is just killing it. Yeah, this is the part where we'll release the tension and the power of a song to build it again. And we have clean vocals now to fit that premise. Building up again. Adding more layers, increasing the energy, the tension. It's going to get to a climax. Now we have the guitars. Another layer. The clean vocals with the more harsh vocals sounds really good. Yeah, the combination of the kind of the beauty and the beast. It's pretty cool. Devils never cry. Yeah, the industrial elements till the end. There we have it. Okay, that was awesome. Let's break it down. I would like to open the breakdown of this song by talking about the storytelling of it, which pertains specifically to what happens in the intro and what happens after the intro. And like I did mention in the reaction apologies, I felt like I was entering this chapel or this church or something, and I was the devil. But I would never imagine that what would come after the intro. You know, it has this ceremonious, almost divine nature to it, because we hear like it's a choir, only a choir with an organ arrangement, which is something ubiquitous, quintessential to that sort of religious culture, especially in the Western Hemisphere, where Christianity and all this this religion has common ground in all the Western world. But then that kind of changes drastically when we actually have the industrial metal part of it, which is most of the song. So in a way, I think that the storytelling of the track, it's like setting the stage in which you find yourself in this sacred religious place. But then when the industrial metal comes in, it's when it's been fouled and desecrated. You know what I mean? So that's really cool. Now, the rest of the song, like I did mention before, has all the check marks of what an industrial metal song is. You know, you have synthesizers, very, very important. Samples, drum samples. You could hear that the sound of the drums, it's very plain in the sense that there's not a lot of dynamics in terms of how intense the notes are in the kit. So that often means that they are samples, and it's meant to sound that way because industrial metal, it's a branch of industrial music, and industrial music has this very, industrial sound. It's trying to emulate to a certain degree the sound of machinery and heavy machinery and all this grittiness about industry, you know what I mean? So that obviously is translated, of course, into the sound of the genre. And of course, following the same premise of the industriousness of the track, if you will, you have the electric guitars that sound very dry, but they sound like that by design. It's like a sound design on purpose like that, because remember, the instruments are trying to sound like machines in a big complex or something. So you have the synth basses that are like the more heavy machinery, and maybe you can have the drum samples that are trying to emulate that, like hammering something, like machines hammering something along those lines. You have the dry guitars that might be trying to emulate the sound of, I don't know, a machine trying to drill something or sawing something that is metallic and whatnot, So you have all these regular instruments, if you will, that are trying to emulate sort of an environment of just insane industrious power, let's say. Now, to me, this particular song has a very last leg 90s to the early 2000s kind of sound in terms of what industrial metal was at the time. You have big references, legendary bands, but by now, I would say, like, of course, you probably have heard some of them, like Nine Inch Nails. It's probably the one that people know the most, along with Rammstein, Marilyn Manson, and Ministry, Fear Factory, which is a more metal on the more metal side, and Godflesh, which is probably one of the heaviest industrial metal bands that are out there. In this world, then it fits perfectly with what I have been able to see from Devil May Cry, because you have this demonic theme into it, which is pretty much given by the metal, but also you have like guns and weird gadgets and whatnot in the thing. So that is more into the industrious or even grim technology kind of theme that there is in the genre. So I would say, based on my limited knowledge, that this song is pertains very well to what Devil May Cry is as a franchise. So I think I'm gonna give this track a beat here. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out this other Devil May Cry breakdown that I did. And if you would like to support my work further, you can check the support section in the description of this video, where you can find my Patreon and all the other links, alright? Thank you very much.